Hey everybody, we are back, we are live, and we here, we're present. Y'all there, can everybody hear me? Okay. Ooh. Everybody's gotta get turned up. Alright. We'll adjust as we go if we need to. Anyways, let's get back into things. So last time that we were playing, you all had made your way out into the woods there, spoken with the general foreman over at the logging camp, and then made your way over to an ancient tree where you found some interesting druidic writing, and then were eventually attacked by these mongrel-like creatures. And that's pretty much where we left it off there. You guys did level up in that first session, so congratulations as always. And from there, y'all feel free to take it away. What are you guys trying to do? What's your next step from here? Hold on, because it's coming in real low for me now. Say that again. Yeah, no amulet or anything like that. So, if you recall, after these creatures, what's left of them is pretty much bones and very small tufts of decaying flesh. After they were killed, they all kind of shrivel up and collapse to the ground. Nothing aside from the occasional tattered piece of clothing from whatever they were before remains on them. They're pretty much just carcasses at this point. Say that again. So basically decomposed, not so much mummified. It's not as if they kind of fell to ash or anything, or if they like dried out. They're still juicy, but they are just, you know, juicy, nasty corpses. And anybody real quick in the chat, let me know if, oh yeah, I'm trying to get everybody turned up. Give me 1 second, because sometimes we get a quick sound check from everybody. Hey, Ira, can you just say something for me? Turn you up all the way. All right, Jasper. Coming through. All right. Finvar. All right. All right, Ragnar. And Torin. Did the Discord turn off? Are you guys... Sorry. Having some sound issues here, it sounds like. Or muted? I don't think it's muted. It shouldn't be. Now everybody wants to call my damn phone. It's very weird. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. See them but can't hear them. What the damn hell? Yeah, it was working just a second ago. Sorry, y'all. Technical difficulties.
Rizzler's working on that. The rest of the folks, if you haven't checked it out, he's put the towns of Timberdeep and Stillmere on the map. Oh. The little 20.
Maybe I just have.
So I would assume by this, then we're by that river, we're closer to that river than probably.
That would probably those were the directions we would get to the tree.
Yeah.
Okay, are they coming through any clearer? Because I think I had maybe I just had the music and stuff playing everybody out. Anybody in chat who can hear, let me know if you can hear them, if you can still hear the music and everything.
Check 1, 2.
I'm not hearing the music through Twitch.
Not hear the music? Nope.
I unmuted it just for chat.
What's up, Bonus Smoke? What's up, Primetime? Hey, we're trying to get our sound right here. For some reason, it is acting ridiculous. 1 second.
Momentum.
Let's try this. Turn that up.
Ragnar, I'm not actually sure we're that far. I thought this
Turn me down.
a little bit larger scale. So we may not be that close to that major. I thought it was more of a major river. I don't know. How far did we travel? 2 hours? 3 hours?
I do hear us. I think we're just
I'm
really
hearing
low.
Yeah, it's really quiet.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think what I got to do, bring myself down. Bring this one
The
up.
river that was near to the big three was like smaller than the one in the map, I think, too.
Okay, I see y'all sound hitting there. Just want to make sure I'm not blowing nobody's speaker out. Let's get this sound up a bit. All right. Sarah, have you tried turning it off and on again? I know, right? All right. Let me know if you guys are having any better luck there. I kind of turned the main volume up, turned myself down a bit, so. What's that?
I hear the music from Twitch now.
You can hear the music through Twitch now, okay. What? Oh, memory for the points, okay. Well, that's kind of lets you activate a flashback for a player who might be able to use that in some kind of way in which they can get some kind of advantage in a given situation. It's a bit situational, but it'll come into play. Is everybody, are you guys hearing any sound from them? Are we getting a better balance there?
Hello, test.
Test 1, 2, test.
Check 1, 2. Testing.
Everybody pretty much turned up to the max. Let me try this real quick. Sorry for the delay. Again, eventually everything you worked out. I'm sure you can probably hear the kid crying outside my damn window here. Sure, no problem with that coming through, huh?
Let me play.
Yeah.
The junior DM.
All right. Got myself muted on there. Let's see if I can try to see if I.
Okay, cool.
Oh, much better.
Oh, they can hear now, apparently.
Okay. So hopefully. Thank you, as always, our awesome people out there for letting me know when I'm fucking up. Can always rely on y'all. All right. So now that part's done, getting back into it. All right. So, what is your guys' what's your deal? What do you guys think you should do from here?
Ira, you, boy, you and Ragnar pulled us through that battle. I think without you guys, we probably wouldn't have made it. But do you want to take a short rest and recover some of your health?
It was fine. I mean,
But I could take a nap.
She don't. It was fine. You want medical assistance or something like that?
I just don't want
you're-
Ira to go down. If he goes
Yeah.
down, we're in trouble.
Yeah, I think Ira, if you need rest, I'm down for that. You saved me so twice.
I will
Are we going
gratefully
to rest
take
here?
up all that effort and take a quick rest.
While they're chatting, I want to just kind of scope the surrounding area a little bit more, make sure no more are coming.
All right, give me a perception check.
I'm not good at those. Oh, 15.
Oh, nice.
Nice. All right. So, kind of glancing out into the woods beyond, every so often you see the little glint of kind of glowing eyes off in the distance there, here or there. Some of them it's hard to tell if it's owls, wolves, who knows what. But nothing breaks the tree line. The ones that give the most kind of a eerie feel to them kind of close off and fade back into darkness before the slight silhouette you see kind of pulls back into the woods as well.
I think we're being watched, guys.
Oh.
Where?
Just here and there, there's a few sets of eyes in the bushes.
Ooh, sorry. One more thing. A faint. You had a 15 there. So the very faintest kind of half carried on the wind. You hear what sounds like the town bell.
Oh,
You guys hear that? The bell?
Now that you mention it,
I'm sorry, pointed out like the direction I hear coming from to them.
Does he point towards Timberdeep?
Yeah, do I point towards
He does. Again, it's very faint, and often this opening here, the way it kind of comes through the little valley there, it's very. It is hard to hear exactly where it's coming from. With the stream behind you, it drowns half of it out, but it's enough to kind of figure it's coming from that direction there. The only town you guys know of in this little slice of the world.
That means
would we-
problems.
Yeah, will we know that as it's being attacked? Is that usually what the...
Well, we're hearing the town bell, and it's after dark at this point. So,
Right.
They
that's what I
did
was
mention
thinking.
there were some attacks at night.
but they're and they have that curfew to get everybody in before dark.
That is true.
Can't...
while they're talking, I want to take since I missed it last time before our fight, I just want to take a quick look. How deep was that hollow in the middle of the tree trunk where those druidic runes were written? Is it just like a hollowed out scoop, or does the tree hollow go deeper?
Not the full hollow of it. When you step inside there, the actual hollow space probably goes in a good 12 steps or so.
Okay. Well, it's not like an entrance to a dungeon or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Ira, how much speed do you have?
That's a good one though. I'm gonna write that down. You just fucked yourself later.
I'm currently sitting
can't
at
even-
6 HP.
We can't even
Six?
see in the dark,
Six, yeah.
Jasper.
I don't think we have enough time to rest, so
No, so
I'm going to use lay on hands on here. I mean, how much speed do you have left?
I have 6 left out of 16.
Okay, so that's 6 to you with
Six
my with lay on hands. And anyone else needs healing? Like I'm healing Ira, looking at Ragnar because I know.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. Ira got me up. I'm up full.
Okay.
Thanks, Ira. Yeah.
Perfect. So
I mean-
let's go to the town. I mean, we can't rest here, no?
We're pretty tapped as is, right? I mean, Ira's out of what he can do.
I still got a spell slot and wild shape now.
I mean, we could fight. Well, let's try to.
Well, I think while everyone is kind of talking, Ragnar's just gonna grab his scimitar and focus on it and take this like minute to get to do magic cunning and get back his spell slot. Because I can get one spell slot back.
Nice.
I have to, so.
Hey, man, warlocks for the win.
I think we should probably go to town too, but I would like to take a quick moment. I'm not great at tracking, but I'd like to take a quick look to see if we can determine where these crazy wolf-like beasts came from, which direction. So I'm looking for tracks.
Okay, so as they're over there kind of patching up and, getting themselves prepared for what's next, you make your way over to the edge of the tall grass where the creatures broke out of and kind of looking for tracks there. Go ahead and give me a survival check.
I'm gonna just give him overwatch. I'm gonna get on top of the stump and just kind of watch where he's going.
All right.
Does that mean I can have advantage?
That's 7. He's not really helping you. He's more
Okay.
playing lookout for you.
Not great. Not great.
So with the 7, you find the tracks that from when they kind of broke out of the tall grass there, but beyond that, as you kind of follow them in a few steps, as they were being much stealthier, their footprints were coming in a lot lighter, so gradually they kind of fade off into nothingness as you find yourself standing about, nearly shoulder deep in some of the higher ends of the tall grass.
Well, gents, I can't tell if they came from town, but I think we should head back.
I'll follow
agree.
you.
As fast as we can, yeah.
Elder tolling. They must need help.
Okay, so
Alright,
I'm going
so-
to go in deep into the forest first without thinking with a second thought, and sprinting towards the bells. I mean, as fast as we can.
So
I'll
you guys,
stick to the back. Make sure everybody is in front of me before I go.
so you guys are moving there double speed. You guys are running your way back.
Rushing back, yes.
Rushing back.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, kind of just digging in and following as best you can in the dark here. First off, who's leading the pack? You said it was Finvar was running off out front. So you go ahead and give me that first survival check.
Okay.
I'm grabbing or lighting a torch from one of the campfires so I can see.
All right.
19.
A 19. So you guys have some light there off in the center. Finvar has bolted off ahead of you and just tearing through the woods. You guys are at this point keeping up. Let me go ahead and get a group athletics check.
Athletics? So that means we all roll, right?
Yeah, let me get a roll from everybody for athletics.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Running is gonna be.
I got a 4.
So with that, I think that was your acrobatics. What's the mod on your?
Oh, did I roll acrobatics?
Yeah, what's the mod? What's your strength
Oh,
mod?
then it's a 3.
3. All right,
Oh, 0.
0. So that's all right. That's why we use group checks. So amongst you all, aside from Torin kind of falling a bit to the back there as everyone's pushing off, a lot of that elven nature, that the stamina just kind of carrying you forward. But Torin falling to the back a little bit, with Ira falling further back still, as you guys are just pushing it through as best you can. Luckily for Torin, since you can't see in the dark, but Jasper lit that torch, so you always have that a little bit ahead of you, maybe at certain times as many as, ranging from 20 to 60 feet off ahead of you, but you still see that little flicker of light kind of following through. As you guys are moving, you can hear the sounds of different things, welling off in the forest there, some sounding closer than others. Occasionally a twig snaps that might bring you to a quick halt and glance about, but other than that, pushing straight through. The 2-hour trip before, at this point, you guys make it just over an hour or so, passing through the logging camp, which at this point it's completely abandoned. Axes just mostly left lying about before you finally reach the walls of the town there. You can already see puffs of smoke billowing off over into the moonlight. The guys at the gate there at first resist letting you in as it is after dark, but one of the higher ups there kind of pushes them along. It's a little late for that now, isn't it? And they swing the doors open for you, and you guys are stepping your way back into town. Oh, that is... There we go.
When we come in the gate, can we see where the bell tower is, or can we even see it at all?
So the tower itself, it's not so much like a strict building. It's really more of some wooden scaffolding that leads up to a bell with the rope hanging down below it there. It's when you guys were going past the town master's manor there, it would have been maybe 150 feet or so on the opposite side from the front. All right, and go ahead.
Can we see where the smoke is coming from, or from the town?
The smoke itself, there's a couple of points where smaller bits of it are going off here or there. There's a good bit of it coming off from near the town master's house. There's also lighter, but still heavier than some of the other ones. You're seeing some plumes coming off from the Oak Wagon, the tavern inn.
I think before we even get in, Ragnar is gonna take off his leather armor.
Okay.
And be like, and it's all scraped up. He's gonna put it in his bag. Clearly, it's probably kind of tattered. Taking out his scimitar again, and kind of give it a little like prayer for some defense and some help this time around. And as he does, and with his eyes closed, you'll see that green flame come out of the scimitar and engulf him, and then simmer down to like a very light flame around him as he casts mage armor without using the spell slot.
Nice. Flame on.
Yeah, flame on.
Flame on.
First catchphrase. Staple that one in. All right, for sure. So while everyone's kind of gathering up and looking about, again, there are a number of villagers. Some of them you can see clearly wounded, kind of making their way through the streets, just wandering about as Ragnar takes his sword for a moment and casts a little protection on himself. Which way are you guys going?
Ask a villager which direction is the threat.
Yeah. And see if anyone needs medical attention as well. Like, is there any villager really injured or with burns, something like that?
Not so much burns. A number of them that you're seeing walking about, they're not all exactly torn through, but a few of them you can see slashes across the arms and across their chests, some of them just holding in blood. One man in particular sitting over by a well, holding at his stomach where can't quite see the total damage, but a line of blood is kind of pouring out underneath his arms where he's holding it tight. And then if you're approaching the first villager near you, there is a youngish man, probably in his, late teens, maybe even early 20s if he grew a beard, and kind of stumbling by, got a bit of a hitch in his step there, possibly a bum leg, dirt smeared across him, wandering by, and he looks at you kind of shocked if you approach, and aren't you where the hell were you lot? Aren't you the ones they said came to town to stop this?
I'm going to rush to the man that is holding his guts to use my last bit of lay on hands to try to heal him.
All right, how many points of lay on hands do you have left?
I have 4 points of lay of hands.
Okay. So as he's laying there, you can see when you step up, he's very just kind of disheveled and just out of it, and little streams of blood kind of coming from his mouth. The wounds are probably deeper than what you can see. As you lay your hand down towards his gut there, at first he looks worried and tries to push it away, but as you kind of push through that and rest it on there, heal it up, doesn't perfectly realign everything, but you can see the deeper sides of the wound there start to kind of sew themselves back together, just leaving still a nasty gash, but not going through internally like it did before. He looks down and kind of looks up at you, seems almost too shocked to even speak, and he just kind of mouths, "Thank you." See tears
Don't worry.
marking through the dirt on his face.
Just rest and breathe. You're fine. You're not going to die.
Alright.
What happened here?
He points up behind him towards the well, the bucket hanging there.
Oh,
The bucket?
I think he
wants
was
some water.
Some
like
water.
water. Ira's gonna walk over to the well, and so the bucket is still hanging from the well properly.
Correct.
Okay. Ira's gonna attempt to lower the bucket down into the well to pull some up for this individual.
Alright. And then wheeling it back up there, comes up, well seems fine, water smells, like well water. Clean, a little bit of a sulfur-like scent to it, but nothing out of place. Give him a little scoop of it. Blood still, now with the water going to a more of a pinkish color as he spits it out. Thank you. They came from everywhere. There were so many of them. We didn't know what they were, but they were beasts. They were ferocious. They tore through anybody who stood in their way. Takes another sip of it before kind of retching all over himself.
Are there any guards around?
The guards, you can see a couple of the bodies that lay on the ground there are some of the guards, but from where you're standing, again, the town itself isn't exactly huge. You can see more than halfway across it from one end to the other when you're standing kind of towards the center of town there. And you can see near the now lower but still very smoky fires coming off to the kind of northeast west of you, where the manor stands is still where the primal force of the guards are all gathered at.
While they're talking, I'll just go to the building edge with my torch and just keep watch so we don't get snuck up on.
All right. Keeping an eye out. What's everybody doing?
The guy that came up and started talking to us, does he look hurt?
Aside from the leg, he's got a bit of a limp that he's moving with. But aside from that, nothing that you noticed there. Somebody has triggered our first use of memory trigger. So does anybody have anything? Any flashbacks they'd like to pull in there?
I have one.
Okay.
I mean,
Earlier than I thought.
in the moment I'm healing, like the wound that he has on his chest, I remember like when I worked in my father's farm, that I used to heal the wounds on the cattle and on the cows, on my sheep, to feel them better and to make them good
Okay.
to heal them. Basically, that's where my healing powers come from, to heal my animals.
Okay, so, as you were kind of kneeling down there and healing him up, and afterwards, as he's kind of collecting himself, still laying there, but you get that very distinct sense that he's going to be okay. You recall back to your younger days, and sometimes wolves and other predators might get onto the farm and go after some of the livestock there, but, you having this kind of natural caring for life would always you do your best to make sure that they were healed up and well, and it kind of this moment where you now get to use it once again to help a person take that next step forward, and he's going to be all right. He's going to go on, live, and do his thing and everything like that. And it's kind of just a reminder of you in that moment as to, you know, why you're out here, why you decided to risk your life to help others. All right.
Yeah, he's gonna be fine. I mean, I'm occupied healing him, so
The guy with the bum leg, when he's holding it, does he have a claw mark or like a sword mark on his leg?
So his pants there aren't tattered up in any kind of way, so no signs that anything like sliced through, sword or otherwise. Could have been, you know, hit with some kind of a bludgeoning weapon, or could have just been smacked into something hard as he was trying to get away. He might have just stubbed his toe for all you know. He is still there as he was moving by. This is all kind of happening simultaneously. So somebody has any questions for him, he's still kind of looking off in your direction before he turns and proceeds to retreat.
What happened to your leg?
I made the mistake thinking that any of the damn guards around here would help us. I heard the attack and heard the bell start going off, and I was already out. And I missed curfew, but I mean, I was just down by the stream trying to catch a couple fish for dinner. But so I ran that way. It was closer than home, but as soon as I approached, the damn guards tripped me up and stomped on me. And then by then, those devil things were coming over the gates. I barely made it away before they locked up with the guards, but that didn't go on for too long. I had to hide under one of the damned houses over there.
Can I make an insight check on him?
Yeah,
See if he's telling the truth.
yeah, go for it.
oh man, it's limping.
14.
Yeah, he seems not only scared, but very angry. He seems he's mad. He's looking at you all with anger. When he glanced back towards the manor, he's looking there with anger. He is not a happy camper, but he seems like he's being honest. Can't really read any kind of reason why he wouldn't be.
Did you see which direction they ran? Or crawled to?
Couldn't say. It's like I said, I'm at the house every so often. I see these I don't know what else to call them, but paws, but too big to be paws, just go running by. I mean, it was over almost as quickly as it started. The noise was everywhere. Well,
Do we see any of these, like any footprints of these in this area where we're standing?
so with the glance around, a simple kind of look down or so, you can see a number of paw prints or pawish prints pressed down into the dirt here or there, or, you know, looking around, you can see where some of the planked up windows and everything have been torn through. There's all kinds of signs of these creatures being here all around.
Okay.
Hey, those fires aren't getting any smaller. I think we should go to where the fires are the biggest, where the guards are, and see if we can get some direction.
I agree. Sir, I'm sorry we were here. But we're here now. So go.
Good timing, mate.
Some rest.
He goes limping his way back off in the other direction there. Around that time, one of the other guards is coming running by. Looks less like a guard, more like some kind of a squire or just one of the villagers there running by with a large pail, running over for the well there to fill up the bucket again. And as they're moving, every so often another one comes by running up towards there to try and put out the fire. And you guys are heading off in that direction as well. All right, so
I'm scanning the rooftops as we're going.
go ahead. Scan over the rooftops there, and then
Yeah, just walking as we're going, looking as we're going.
I'm going to grab the bucket that the guy I just healed was drinking from, and I'm going to rip it out of his arms and help to put out the fire as well.
So he has kind of a little cup or a ladle that fits into the bucket there. The bucket itself is tied off to the well. So are you cutting the bucket off the well?
No, I do not cut it.
Okay. Okay. Just
I
want to
I
clarify.
want
No
to
worries.
do things. I mean, so I try to help him in any way possible to the squire.
Okay. So at that point, all he asks is for a hand to help himself up. He is doing much better and kind of, goes moving his way off there. Another villager, a young woman, from the looks of them, possibly his daughter, comes over and she looks up at you a little concerned, but looks at him and she gives you an approving smile before kind of tucking underneath his arm there and helping him as they go kind of limping off towards the housing areas and everything. And with that, as you guys are all kind of gathering up and moving your way towards the townmaster's house, the house itself, as you look at it, is pretty much unscathed. There's a claw mark here or there on some of the posts where it looks like something must have pushed past their defense a little bit, but must have gotten pushed back, as you can see one of these carcasses you all have seen before, the shriveled up, still nasty and juicy one lying just before the doorsteps. The fire you're seeing is coming from a blockade of just random shrubbery and branches and such that are set up off kind of just off the edge of the road there that they've lit on fire, likely to hold the creatures back. What are you guys doing?
Jasper, have you read anything about this? In any sort of book? Events
Well,
like these?
I haven't read anything about this, but I've been a town guard for a lot of years, and we, pushed off a lot of bandit attacks, but nothing like these wolf creatures. I haven't ever seen anything like this before, and I don't recall reading anything about this, but seems like a pretty standard attack on a town. But we just need to figure out. I think we should figure out if there's any still active threat, because our swords are better. There's plenty of folks to work the water pails and to work on the fire brigade, but I think our swords are better used toward any sort of active threat.
Does it seem like the inn is where more of the action is comparatively to the master's house?
So with that thought, kind of looking back towards the direction of the inn, that is where the lighter but still noticeable stream of smoke is rising from. Don't have a clear view directly to it or its condition, but you certainly remember the direction.
I'm going to go straight down to the inn because I remember the little girl from last night. I'm going to rush into the fire. I mean, if it's in fire, I'm going to go in. I don't give a shit.
I'm gonna rush behind and using prestidigitation, like move any little fires that would get in his way, or whatnot, as we're like running for it.
Little gust of winds just throwing embers and everything off the road, off the path before you.
Would any of these fires be bigger than would any of them classify as a campfire that I could snuff them with druidcraft?
The fire brigade.
I know we're playing fast and loose with the definition of a campfire at that point.
I mean, so given the circumstances and everything, I mean, essentially it is still a pile of man-placed wood that's been lit aflame as far as what they've set up to block the passage there. So keep in mind, just as a disclaimer, if this was, say, something that was combat related and an enemy had made some kind of blockade, yada, 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 I don't think I'd be cool with just hand waving it away. But in this circumstance, yeah, if you want, take the time. The spell itself takes a bit more. It is a cantrip, so it's not like, but it takes a little bit more. It's kind of repeatedly standing there and casting this on it to make up for the size of the fire.
Of course, just to try and snuff out what fires I can that don't seem to be, because like you said, or like you had said, it seemed like some were lit as defensive measures, but some of the other ones, I'm assuming, seem to have just spread from those defensive measures.
Yeah. So easy little ones that you're finding here, they are easy to kind of just put out until they are still, hot embers that's left there, but the flames itself have gone down. And with a little bit of time standing there kind of working at it, able to work down the larger barricades of flame there as well, kind of repeatedly putting your magic into it and just suffocating the flames. At that point, Finvar has still been running. Who's staying behind as Ira is kind of holding up to help with the fire a bit there, and who is pushing through with Finvar?
I'll push through with Finbar.
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
with Finbar for sure.
All right, Torin,
I'll
what are you
keep a
doing?
lookout for Ira.
You're staying there with Ira? Okay. All right, so as the three of you rush down towards the tavern there, the inn, you can see swinging still by one of its little hooks the sign that reads the Oak Wagon. The rest of the building is up in flames. You can see that the barricades, everything, the covered up walls, the doors, all that has been essentially just ripped off, smashed through. Still a couple of people here or there walk up with their own buckets as they're still trying to put out that fire, but at this point it looks like it's been burning for a decent bit.
I'm going to hide while I watch for Ira.
All right.
That's possible.
Is there any way I can jump into the fire? I mean, I want to go check if the little girl is safe.
So running towards the flames there's a couple of men who are standing out in front. They're working with their axes, kind of trying to hack away some of the random chunks of halfway flaming but not entirely like emblazed pieces of wood, trying to clear it off so it's not feeding the fire anymore. As other people are walking up with buckets, as you're running in, they turn, stop you. What are you doing, lad? You'll die. Are you crazy?
I have to save someone. Do you know if Clarissa is...
There's
it's
nothing
okay?
in there to save. There's nothing in there to save, mate.
Nothing?
Nothing. They're gone. They're all gone.
I'm going to get down to my knees and get a little bit emotional, like there with the people there, and like give up. I wanted to help the little girl.
Only the gods can help the little girl at this point. She's, well, with the mother. Probably with the father as well. I mean, after trying to hit the town master, I don't know why they would choose these ones, but they came and they took them as well. Slaughtered everybody else. Who knows who started the flames?
Beasts
They took
do not
Clarissa.
start
as well.
flames.
Oh, aye. Only one person managed to, well, get enough space to run out of there as best they could. Said those creatures smashed through, started swiping at everything that moved, and then grabbed the little girl and the woman and ran somewhere off for the gates. He didn't see exactly where. Man's a coward, but I can't say I'd blame him. What's a regular man to do against such odds? But, well, it's a bloodbath in there. A fiery hell.
Doesn't make a lot of sense. The creatures we fought and killed didn't look like they would have the wherewithal to or intelligence to start fires, but maybe I'm wrong. How did these fires start?
I mean, could be any number of things. Unfortunately, when you don't really have the money for any kind of magical lighting, candle here, candle there, wrong table gets knocked over, place is full of alcohol. Doesn't take much for a place to go up in flames if you're not careful enough.
Fair.
We're late.
Finvar, are you okay?
Not feeling okay. But I mean, we have to keep moving on. For Clarissa.
Where's this guard you said saw what happened, where they went? This person.
No guard, more of a drunk, really, but probably find him back at his home. It's not far from here. It's a little shack, a couple minutes down the road there. Can't miss it. It's a real piece of shit.
Pumpkinvar. They're still alive. They got taken. We can find them.
Have you seen how the man I just healed was? He don't have any chance of surviving that. And even that, I mean, the fire as well might got them. So I mean, I'm being negative. Sorry. Maybe we can fight them. Thank you, Ragnar. But where do we start? Is the thing.
Down drunk, I guess. And I'm gonna start walking towards, well, rushing towards that house.
All right. Everybody's getting their cardio in today.
Yeah.
So as I'm making my way through putting out the fires, I'll see them start running that way. Could I join them?
Okay. So yeah, they were down there for a bit, speaking with and getting some information, getting their directions and such. So by that time, you all are finishing up with the flames up there and kind of doing what you could. At this point, it's really more of a cleanup job than anything, and you know, they've got that handled. So as you guys have made your way, they've already kind of gathered up. You don't get there fast enough to get the exact details. By the time you're getting there, they are marching off with determination off in the other direction.
Well, I guess they learned something. Torin, shall we follow?
Let's go.
All right.
Alrighty then, and we will follow.
So a few minutes later there, it's only maybe a 3 to 5 minute walk kind of down the path there. You guys are over where most of the houses are built. They're mainly little sheds, a couple of cabins here or there, but very simple. One of them you really can't miss isn't much more than a lot of just like a lot of branches and such held together, made very poorly and held together with looks like tweeds and everything, and sitting out there just by the door frame, because there is no actual door, sits rather haggard looking man covered in soot with very ugly looking clay bottle in his hand that he drinks from, streaming down his sides there, just gulping away at it as fast as he can.
I think I'm gonna rush over to him, grabbing that bottle out and kind of slamming it down, grabbing him and immediately being like, where did they take her? Which direction? I think Ragnar he's in a rush.
He just goes over and pins him up there. He's,
Yeah.
who are you, mate? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Why?
The innkeeper, Clarissa, her daughter. Where did they take her?
Oh, shit, I don't know. They just came in and started killing everybody. I did all I could do. They came in and they slashed and they bit and it was horrible. If I wasn't already getting another drink myself, I wouldn't have been fast enough. I ducked out. The screams, the sounds, they were horrible. I did what I had to do to get out of there. Nothing more, nothing less. I just I did what I had to do.
Did you see where they left?
He is bawling and just snot running down his face there. No, not where I peeked up. They were dragging them from the stairs. The little girl was screeching. It was horrible. I can still hear it. The sounds. It's loud. And when they dragged them out, the rest of them turned to start to leave, and then turned back on the rest of them. They just slaughtered them. So I did what I had to do. I took the candle, and I took the bottle, and I tossed. And when the flames started, I just ran. I ran and I ran. I don't know if they were too busy eating the others or what the case is, but I barely made it through, and I just kept running, and here I am. Give me my drink back, sir. Just give me it back.
Can I do an insight to see if that's truly all he saw? If he's telling the truth.
Give me an insight check.
Insight check.
You get the feeling he's holding back some detail. There's something he's not quite saying.
I'm gonna grab his bottle, raise it up, and go to like slam it against the wall and stop just short, staring right at him.
And he tries his best against your arm there to try to leap forward to try to grab it, but doesn't quite have the strength to break free.
Tell me where, or this bottle is gone.
You have to. There was another one. Look, that's all I know. This one was larger than the rest. Big. It didn't look quite the same. Something in the eyes. The rest of them were just beasts, but this one, I was running out. They were dragging them off. This one was with them. And just as I broke through the doors, it turned back and it looked at me. I don't mean just with his eyes, it looked at me in a way that I've been, not since my disappointed father has anyone looked at me like that. It burned my soul. Then it looked back and they walked onwards. They crossed the walls. Not the gates, but the walls. To the east. They crossed there. And that's the last I saw of them, and then I just ran. I as I said, so that's all I know. I ran.
I'm gonna look back at the rest of the party and
I hate drunks. I'm fuming.
Well, on the bright side, if they're carrying people, probably not gonna be hiding their tracks very well.
I can follow them.
I've turned away
Yes.
because I have zero patience for anyone remotely tied to being a guard, as I have years of experience doing, who shirks their duties. But I want to take a moment while they're talking to flip back through my mental Rolodex at my time at the Academy of Nature and Magic, just to see if I can remember overhearing anything that might remotely resemble these creatures. Give me any sort of arcana or nature classes that might remind me of what these creatures are, what their capabilities might be, and things we should watch out for.
So give me a history check.
Okay. That is a decent one. So 19.
19. So, there's still somewhat of a variety of things it could be, but you do know from some of your your readings and everything, stories of spirits, especially angry spirits, especially spirits tied to things like nature, taking people and imbuing them with kind of essences of beasts. Oftentimes, they take one, they imbue them in some kind of way that stands out from others. And there are stories of it spreading from there.
I'll relay that to the rest of the group.
But then why them?
Spirits of nature taking one outlier, you said?
Just taking one person to suit whatever the spirit's goal might be.
Are the vengeful spirits?
Would I have any reason really to tie what's happened back to that or the nature nexus and that the druid script that was written inside of the tree? Because Paul was the first one to disappear after he had cut down said tree, correct?
Yeah, so with that, thinking on it, you do recall that aside from the agreement in the tree itself, there was also something of a very basic, not quite a map, more of a kind of an image showing 3 points. Using kind of some deductive reasoning, you guys figured out that middle point there was the tree itself. One of the points was the town, and the other point, while you don't know exactly what it is, with you and feeling that nature nexus, kind of connect that, it's likely pointing to wherever that nexus is.
But why them? First it's lumberjacks. Now it's the innkeeper and her daughter.
Maybe it's because his father? I mean, he disappeared. We don't know where he is, and we also don't know if he's dead or not. Maybe he came back for her.
Would they have taken the other lumberjacks' families in too?
Yeah, but
Maybe not. Because he said there was one that seemed more intelligent, right? I wonder if that's somewhat tied to Paul, as he was the first one to disappear, as well as the one who actually cut down the big tree. So it's following Paul's will of maybe wanting to protect his family. So maybe maybe in a twisted way, they're taking the family as sort of a twisted form of protection.
Either way,
like the
doesn't
form of
sound
protection.
good.
Yeah.
Pardon? Sorry?
Doesn't that sound good anyway?
No, it doesn't sound good no matter how you word it, but that's what I'm inferring so far.
Well,
I'm gonna slip the drunk down and give him his bottle back, but like right before I do, be like, you could have been a really good adventurer. You were a quick thinker. You could have saved lives. And then I'll give it to him.
And he takes it. He at that moment, the only similar imagery that really connects to it is like a baby waiting for its bottle as he reaches up for it and takes it down and just embraces it and throws it back and drinks it until he's holding it up above him, pouring it down his gullet. He falls back crying against his door frame there, just shedding tears, hiccups. All right, and what are y'all doing from there?
are we gonna chase them?
I think our
Yeah.
best
Or
bet's
do we
heading
need to rest?
east.
It's already. I mean, what time is it now? Is it night or still, so or
It is nighttime. You guys had that battle kind of just after dusk, so just as the sun kind of finally dropped below the tree line. There is when the movement came in from the tall grass. Fight was pretty brief. From there, you guys push into town. From there, at this point, you guys have spent maybe 30, 45 minutes or so kind of wandering around town and talking to people, getting what information you can. So at this point, I would say you're probably looking at maybe just shy of midnight.
And the
Go ahead.
oh, sorry. The logging camp that we and the old tree. Which direction from town was that again? I didn't write that direction.
That is going off to the east from where you are.
Oh, so they ran off towards that direction. Is that what it seems like?
Yeah, kind of east, kind of southeast.
Okay.
Okay, so that's east.
What were you saying, Jason?
Lauren, I think
going
you've
to
got a
follow
great
them.
idea. It's pretty obvious that they're going to leave some tracks probably a little easier for us to follow than just the beasts themselves. So I do think speed is of the essence, but I also don't want us to blindly blunder into any sort of ambush or anything waiting for us. So Finvar, I appreciate your zest and your zeal for revenge or rescue, but I do think we need to take this one a little more cautiously.
Maybe we can meet in the middle. Maybe we track for a little bit. Maybe scout, rest, and take it in the morning.
as the
However,
group says.
it does seem like they only attack at night. So,
And perhaps the first 12 to 24 hours might be the most important of some people getting taken.
Considering you all do have a particular set of skills. All right. So you guys said you're going to do some tracking first. Go ahead.
I think so.
Where do y'all want to start?
And we're going to rest now, or I mean, I want to go out for looking for them, but if the group wants to rest for the morning, I mean, guys,
we can meet in
I
the middle.
want to,
We can start tracking a little bit. Follow the tracks, and then
so
take
I'm
the
completely fine. I go tracking then. Someone wants to go with me? Ira?
I'll come with you.
Yeah, I think we need to stick together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, better.
Going forward immediately might be the better. And maybe if we find them early enough and maybe have that short rest before, if it doesn't look
Before engaging with them, if possible.
All right.
running again, guys.
I'm just okay at
Alright, I
tracking.
need
So
this extra
if
cardio.
anyone's better than just okay at tracking, that's up to you.
that to you guys.
I'll
just shoot a
take the
bow,
lead
man.
on. Oh, okay.
I just shoot bow. I don't.
All right. So where are you guys starting your tracking?
Towards the east. You said they went over the wall. They didn't go through it.
Oh yeah, they
east, right?
over the walls to the east there.
Okay. I would go to the eastern gate and try and make my way, sort of along the outside wall to where I believe they would have landed upon going over the wall.
Okay. So from where you guys are walking, kind of the path leading back towards the actual gate there, you can get a glimpse of the wall. You can even see quite clearly where they must have gone through there, as there are deep slash marks from something climbing over it on that side. As you guys get over to the actual gate itself, again, they are somewhat resistant at letting you out, but at this point, it seems there's much thinner numbers on the actual gate itself, and the guy in charge is just not having it, so pushes you through there, and you guys make your way out, following along the outside, heading towards that eastern wall. Not quite the claw marks that you found before, but you can get a general sense for the same section of the wall And then Ira, go ahead and give me the survival check.
Of course.
Can I help her? Him? Like tracking or
Yeah, the
looking-
two of you working. If you the two of you are kind of working together to check it out, then that's going to give you advantage on that, Ira.
Okay. Yeah. An advantage. We got a natural 20, 24.
Okay. So, at this point, you're not entirely sure if they just were at this point just not worried about stealth at all or what the case is, but from where you can tell from where they must have jumped from the top and landed there heavily, these fresh prints are pushed deep down in. They carry off into the forest there. A number of twigs snapped and different foliage that you can clearly see has been disturbed as something has pushed through here. At one point, you can see where it looks like smaller trees, just barely little spriglets, barely starting to come up, have been ripped through as something large must have just trampled straight through there. And are you guys following those tracks?
I would. So I would point that out and say, what should we do? Do we want to follow them now?
I think we should follow them, but I think we should probably be more careful and not sprint towards it.
I want to look for the ice in the forest. I mean,
Yeah, unfortunately, no torch for me this time.
I was just going to suggest, if you're still carrying a torch, maybe we should snuff those just to be safe. We don't need to give them a beacon.
Hey, we have a
Hold
guy
on.
that's on fire next to us a little bit here, alright? So,
It's like a little glow.
All right.
hold on, Jasper. I think I have a torch somewhere. To go in my pouch and bring out a torch as well, and light it on fire with my cantrip as well of druidcraft.
I think they're trying to put the torches out.
Yeah, I was
They're
thinking
trying to
so,
stay
but-
hidden.
A little more stealthy.
Okay then. Yeah, and I'm going to put it out and into the
Fin-
pouch it goes.
Finvar is not paying attention to y'all. He's doing he is in his own world. He is filled with rage and trying to fuck
Yeah.
shit up.
I'm cloudy.
No worries.
On that warpath.
All right. So with that, with Ira kind of leading the pack there to keep track of these prints and the different disturbed foliage, you all start making your way a bit more cautiously back into the dark woods. Still eerie sounds from every which way, but nothing immediately threatening. A couple hours go by before, at this point, it's already started curving a bit more south from where you guys started off from. Kind of getting any kind of a sense of direction there. You're probably, a few miles at this point, curving north of where the logging camp was. A bit further on still. At this point, getting closer and closer to dawn. As you can see, the earliest little flickers of orange start to come over the top of the tree sides there. Before it's bright enough to drown out any other light, you can see, Ira, you're getting a strong sense that feeling of the nexus point. Getting a very strong vibe from that, almost a thickness in the air. And you can see just off ahead of you where a number of streams, small ones, are kind of coming and breaking apart here and going off their own separate ways. And you can see a slight glow coming from some, hard to make out entirely from here, but some very interesting structures off in the woods there that somehow look both natural and unnatural at the same time. And then with that, we're going to take a quick break. So we'll be back in just a minute, everybody.
Try not to eat my mic. It's too close to my mic.
All right. And we are back. Went in and adjusted the sounds there a little bit more. So let me know if everybody, anybody watching is still having any issues with hearing them. But otherwise, let's get right back on into things. And I believe with that,
heard that battle music for a second, I got worried.
oh no.
Are we about to get ambushed?
No, never.
No.
I've learned it. Don't trust the DM when they say never.
I am very trustworthy. I am here. I'm your friend. I'm your friend.
The most trustworthy individual and also the least trustworthy individual all wrapped into one nice package.
I'll never lie. That doesn't mean I gotta tell you the full truth either, you know?
Exactly.
Alright, so you guys are on the opposite side of one of the streams here. Probably have a good, 5-minute little trek from where you are to where you can see kind of the outer layer of foliage blocking some kind of strange structures off in the woods there. What do you guys do? And again, the sun has just breached over the top of the tree line, so the sky is slowly shifting from that purple to orange to getting more of that yellow sky overhead.
Do we sleep during the day? Do we take a short rest and go? Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty tired. I don't know if we should go in exhausted.
I think so as well. At least take a break. Don't want to waste too much time though, unless the trail gets too full.
Right.
Did we found what we were looking for, or what is that?
I read you said the tracks lead straight to those structures?
The track, and there's also, you said I felt an energy coming from them related to the Nexus, similar to the Nexus I felt over at the tree, right?
Correct, yeah, you can feel those kind of nexus point very, very strong here. You can feel pretty certain that this is the nexus that you've been feeling since you've got closer to town.
Okay. And I would convey that to the group. Ever since we got to this town, I've been feeling this Nexus, and as we've gotten closer to this almost natural, unnatural settlement, they're getting stronger.
The way I see it is we've got two choices. Either one, take advantage of their potential disorganized activities now and try to scat out these structures, or take advantage of them being diurnal creatures and working at night. Maybe we'll catch them unawares if we investigate in the middle of the day. Thoughts?
I mean, for me, myself, I'm ready to go at any moment. But, that's just me speaking. My real concern is, Ira, whether you can, however, is a short rest. Would that even help you besides possibly healing you?
Well, I was healed earlier by Finbar, so I'm good on health. I have a spell slot left, but I also... I would be fine to go in. No,
The only thing I'm missing is my luck. I'm not really lucky right now.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really touched at all last fight. So I'm
Yeah,
good.
full as well.
Everybody else is good. But we should probably take it very cautiously.
Right now,
Maybe try to get a jump on it.
I noticed something. You're not going to need that leather armor, do you?
No? If you need it.
Could you lend it to me?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
My armor is like pretty bad. I got it from a cheap market. So, and yours is way cooler than mine.
Where are you? I saw you fighting, but it was hard to tell what kind of weapons you were using. What kind of weapons are you rocking?
Mine?
Yeah.
These two. And I'm going to pull out my $2 from my belt. Are semi-hidden. These two. Did you not see me there?
This, and I pull out the short sword, and I offer it to him if he wants the short sword.
No, don't worry. I like smaller weapons.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I just had a regular light leather armor.
Perfect.
So-
I have padded armor, so that give me a disadvantage in stealth, so it'd be nice. But
Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool.
if you want, I'm not forcing you. Eh?
Oh no, definitely. Ragnar hands it to you. He doesn't need it anymore.
So I'm going to put my armor prepared to the ambush or to the battle. I don't know.
All right, so you guys resting?
let's
Are you guys
scout it out.
going in as is?
Get
I
it
think we're
out.
gonna go in sneakily.
Yeah, sneakily scout it.
All right. So, with that kind of moving in there, go ahead and give me a group stealth.
I'm gonna use my
God.
inspiration.
I got a 23.
I don't have anything I can use.
Oh my god!
Oh no, what are these numbers?
That is a natural one.
Oh no.
Can I use my new ability, Tactical Mind?
Tactical mind, does it apply here? Let me see. Let me pull up
Oh no.
I have a plus
my
6
some
stealth.
ability check you can
still
spend. Yeah, absolutely, you can use that.
use my Tactical Mind.
What does tactical mind do?
It lets
even
him
much
kind of
better.
use it lets him use a second wind more as a to add on rather than heal himself to add to a ability check.
It was only a 2, so it is a 9 total.
All right, so you guys are going as quietly as you can, but still certainly some brushing against bushes and especially stepping through the slight river there, the stream, make a little bit of noise as you're entering and exiting. Not loud, but certainly not as quiet as you might have hoped to be. Now, as you're stepping through here, hidden within the forest thicket lie the overgrown ruins of an ancient village. The structures seem grown from the trees rather than built, their wooden walls twisted with age and intent. Druidic symbols, withered by time, are carved into bark and stone alike. Thick foliage blankets the sight, and the air is heavy with sweet, cloying scents of honeysuckle blooming wild throughout all the cracks. And with that, can I bring you all? Make sure I get as much of you on there as possible. Alright.
So at this point in the day, is there a little bit of sunlight coming through now?
Yeah, this place is, so there are trees kind of layered up here, some trees stretching high above others, but rays of light do shed in overhead and kind of light the space off ahead of you. You guys let me know when and how you are proceeding.
Question. I'm looking at roll 20. There's a lot of black. That seems to be blacking out some of the map.
That's
I'm guessing
just,
that's not supposed to be there.
no, it is. That's just,
Oh, it is. Okay.
yeah,
I thought it was like-
that's just your line of view. Some things are blocked off to where if you're not in there
Okay.
or close enough to it, or things are just blocking views from other places.
Okay.
Dynamic lighting.
My
Oh,
computer
yes.
gave me an error of some kind, and then I thought my computer was bugging. Okay, good to know it's not that.
No worries.
And then I just looked, and for those of us with dark vision, even though it is daylight now, actually, what is our vision normally up to
60
on a
feet.
regular day? 60 feet.
Oh, you're talking about a regular day, like
Yeah.
if it's light out? Then
Yeah, if it's light out.
Then your vision is normal. If you're wondering like how far you can see, it all depends on objects. If I'm not mistaken, I think an average human eye can see if it's all clear about 2 miles away. So yeah, that's about if you got a straight, plateau or whatever like that, you can see about objects, larger things and stuff like that. You're not going to pick out like a cue ball lying on the floor 2 miles away, but you'll get the general. That's about as far as your eyes are going to pick up the light coming from that direction.
And then for those of us with the 60 feet dark vision, I just measure is basically to those 2 rocks. That's about how far we can see currently.
Okay.
And
Like to the edge of those rocks. It's like 60
So like here and here, like in that kind of range.
Yeah, in that range. It's like straight ahead is, for me, is right in between. But as you go down, it's over here.
How are you doing that arrow on here?
There's a measure tool on the left, and then I'm just clicking on my guy and then moving out.
I
Holding
see.
it. Yeah.
Hey, DM, do we see that person sitting in the middle of that circle, that stone circle?
so yeah, in the daylight here, you all do see off ahead there is a kind of a large stone structure with a number of other larger stones kind of spread around it. Some kind of a platform in the middle, and sitting atop that is a man in very tattered clothes. He sits on it, facing away from you, facing towards the stone.
I'm going to walk up to him. No cells, no nothing. Barehanded as well. So I'm going to go like to the rocks maybe. Here. Let's see something more like behind the rocks or something like that. Or...
You're fine. So from there, he still kind of just sits. He is sitting down, cross-legged, and I wouldn't exactly say he's meditating or anything like that, but he doesn't seem to move. You can see his back kind of heaving and hoeing from his breath, but otherwise he sits there quietly. The breeze kind of every now and then moving his shaggy and very unkempt hair.
I would also move close.
What's that?
I would have also moved closer to try and get a better look as well. Somewhere maybe about there.
All right.
I think I would like give a nod to Torin and then nod towards the bushes / rocks over there, directly to the right of Ira, to maybe see if both of us could sneak over there and hopefully hide in.
All right.
I
So
don't know if you want to do that, Torin, or
Yeah, no, I'll do that. Where was it you wanted me to be?
I think I was around that area. There's a lot of brush. It's
I will step on every branch as I go.
Oh, shoot, bad. Then I would try and get probably right in the seat or something.
Question, because I realize this may come up later and I just want to be sure about it. Wild shape, is there a time limit on that, or is that just once I spend the temporary health that gets me?
as far as the time limit, once you wild shape is for 1 hour. It can hold that form. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Everyone's kind of pushed in there, creeping up. All right, as everyone kind of moves in there,
Can
Go
I
I
ahead.
see everyone is ready, more or less. I see my side, Ragnar and Thorin, they are in the bushes. I'm going to go forward and try to talk to them. So they move up.
And as you step forward there, as you start walking up, you being not loud, a little bit of stealth there, aside from Torrens snapping twigs over the side there. But as you approach closer, the man stands up and then turns around back towards you. The look on his face is just absolute sadness. And there's a gust of wind, kind of throws his hair back there, and his face takes on a very different appearance. It folds up
Aradiel.
into a very unnerving grin. When he speaks, there's a kind of echo to it. It almost has as if when he's speaking, it's doubled over with the voice of what sounds like just a very cruel something. There's no reason to hide. What have you come for?
Fighting.
Oh. Of course you're not. Have you come to parley? To set things right?
Yeah, more or less.
More or less. Good. Finally, some sense. What do you offer?
I want to know where the little girl. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Oh, I know. And he knows as well. That's why they're here. For their safety. For safety from what is to come, of course. If these talks don't go the way to my liking. Now, I ask again, what have you come to offer?
An exchange of information or something you are interested?
It looks around. But don't you see? Here I have all that I need. But there's something doesn't quite fit. There were agreements, broken treaties. Now, even on the ashes of the loyal, those you represent come here, trample upon my grounds. Disgrace them, disgrace themselves, and leave nothing but timber in their wake.
Yes, this has to be a misunderstanding. We just want to make sure the little girl is safe. Can you show us that?
Oh, I assure you, she is, her and her mother, of course, the only ones here who are truly safe. And she it waves its hands over to one side. You can see off in the distance there, one of the trees up top here, the vines on the inside kind of pull back a little bit there, and you can see wrapped up in not so much the rough barbed vines that are scattered about, but plush green ones with lots of foliage in it, sleeping. Same thing off to the side here. Another one on furls, and inside of it, Clarissa sleeps there as well. You see? Safe. But what's of you? Do you feel safe here?
Totally not.
Good. Then we understand each other. I will
Yes.
ask again, stranger to my lands. Are you here to pay the debt? I warn you. It is a deep price, but a fair one nonetheless.
I'm not here to pay for others' sins. I'm here to find out what is right and what is wrong. So,
The right, wrong, both of which are illusions, lies. Truth is balance. There was balance, but it was taken. And what you are left with is chaos. I, or should I say we, are the answer to that chaos. Happy to sleep. I miss my sleep. Peaceful. Sounds of the woods swaying about me. My lullaby. Until it was disturbed. I can't sleep until the price is paid. I will make this rather simple for you. The price is clear and fair. My woods will be free from where we agreed, free of the axe. I will not have it cleared. But there must also be a debt paid for what has been taken. And there is only one who has the right blood to pay that debt. The town master. I want him. And we will have him. Whether by choice or by claw and teeth, fang and blood. You can see the face start to deform, taking on a almost canine appearance in the cheekbones there before it kind of settles back in to the dirty man's face. No matter how it is paid, it will be paid.
I think I got you, so you want us to bring you the headmaster? That would
I think
pay
you're
the
getting
price, no?
Oh yes. Because when we have him, and when your people, or not your people, but those you come here to represent, and they respect the line, so shall we. I will go back to sleep. Things will return to the way they once were. I will be free of this disgusting form. And I will return to my home, hopefully to sleep for another 1,000 years. That is, if we have an accord. Do we have an accord?
In a stage whisper, I'll, right behind over Finbar's left shoulder, I'll say, Finbar, I think he's lying. Think of all the townsfolk that they injured or killed already. If they wanted just one person, they wouldn't have gone after the rest.
I was thinking the same. Why involve the innocent?
Innocent? What innocent? They are all guilty. We take the guilty, those who stand in our way, well, they are judged as well. If we could have taken the town master, we would have immediately. But our numbers were thin to start. Just I and a few. And that coward, he was sure to protect himself, was he not? And leave his people to fend for themselves. So, we did what we must. We built our numbers. And now, it kind of raises its hands up. You can hear rustling in the trees overhead. A glance up and you would see the faint outlines of something moving across the branches in a number of spots. Oh. Did you think my beasts only moved at night? They move as I say. The night is just the best time to hunt.
Well, crap. Draw my war pick.
I'm not drawing my weapons. I still barehanded. I'm trying to find a solution to this, but doesn't seem like it. Okay, so what is the price to pay? You say?
Simple. Respect the line and give us the town master. Or stand. Fight.
Jasper, do you need the 7,000? No, how much gold was the mission? I mean, do you really need it? I don't want to fight with this guy.
Not fight this guy either, but we can't willingly give up the town master. That's each person is directly responsible for their own destiny. He's got to make that decision, not us.
I don't know if you know it, but I'm gonna sign language to you, Torin, to like prepare.
What are you saying?
Actually,
Did you just flip me the bird? What the fuck?
What are these finger movements you do?
What are these gang signs you're throwing us?
Do you want me? Are you want me to do something?
I'll just like show my scimitar. Get ready.
So yes,
Is there anything on? Can we see if there's anything on our side? How big is this rock in front of us?
The rock.
Well, from where I'm standing, I can't see you guys.
So the rock itself kind of comes in at a bit of an angle, but the steps he's on go up maybe 3 or 4 feet there. The rock behind him, the largest of which stands a good 18 feet or so. It's a pretty large kind of, it almost looks like some kind of a monument or shrine.
And how big is this one between him and me and Ragnar?
The one you guys are standing in front of is probably, a good 7 or 8 feet tall. It's a pretty good sized boulder, more than enough room to not only kneel behind, but just stand behind for that matter.
And we saw this little area open. We see Clarissa in there, or are we at an angle to where we can't see that?
From where you all are, you're kind of still hiding off, so you might have heard the vines and everything moving inside of there. Might have drawn your eye over for that reason, but you wouldn't have a clear eye line of what's in there. So you guys are probably, from where you're at, you're hearing some of the conversation, but words here or there kind of lost in the space between, and so you probably have like half an idea about what the hell's going on.
Ragnar, can you light one of these arrows real quick? Do you have like fire?
Am I able to do that with prestidigitation? Because it does have fire play.
So, as is, with just a basic arrow, if you like try to add flame to something like that, then it's basically just gonna burn the arrow. If you wrap something around it, something flammable, then you could probably catch that on fire. Because you're kind of just using it like a lighter anyways.
Yeah, we'll scratch that for now.
Okay.
So, Jasper? We fight, right?
Look, I'll let you. I think we can let you make the call here. But number one, Town Master's not going to willingly give his own life up. Not many people would. Number two, the next time some random woods settler goes out and chops sets up their house in the woods and chops a tree down, these creatures come back. A month, a year, 5 years from now, there's nothing stopping them then either. So, in my
Don't
opinion,
insult
we
me. You cannot for something simple man living his life, using the land as it's supposed to be used. Why would we care of such a thing? What could one man do? This is not just one man. This is one man who sends dozens of men to clear far more than any village could possibly need. They take, and they take, and they take, and they keep taking, and when they have it all, they look for where there's more. Do not insult
you
me.
said you were woken by something. Is it safe to ask that you were awoken by the chopping of the grand oak by the river?
Yes. My tree, a true beauty. Planted when the original deal was made. And in there I slept, and I slept well, and long and deep. How I miss it. From there I could see it all, the entire forest. It filled my dreams and it sang its sweet songs. And then, like an unwanted solicitor, there was a bang, and a bang, and a bang, until it was all I could hear. And what did I find when I opened my eyes? This foolish man. Oh, the fear in his eyes.
So you're inhabiting the body of the man who chopped down your tree.
Oh, yes. Yes. Do you like it? Not really my preference, but one takes what one gets. And he's been useful so far. All the parts I needed. But oh, does he whine on the inside. My family. You must spare my family. Well, spared they are.
Say so words that I didn't like anything about them, so it's not about the Grandmaster anymore. And I'm going to draw my 2 daggers and get into a stance. If he's alive inside whatever you are, I'm going to bring him out.
Yeah, you want to try to draw him out? I mean, what are you saying to him? What do you say to try to rile him up on the inside there?
Paul! Besides, it's bad. You have to react. You're not being reasonable.
There's a
Paul?
moment there. It twitches its head, looks back to sad eyes. I can't stop it. It's too shut up. You're
So
talking
I
to
did.
me. Takes a step forward there, just making his way onto the edge of the stand. I grow weary of this talk. I have made you an offer. You can accept it. Of course, the town's master won't give himself. It's a coward, greedy, empty, false. But if you would die for him here, then so be it. Because whether on the back of your bleeding bodies, over the fires that will rain down on the village, the ripping, the tearing, no matter what it takes, he will be mine. I will sleep again. It is up to you how many die for me to accomplish what I seek. At this point,
He's monologuing. Let's go.
You go first, right?
are you all drawing weapons? Well, most of you have already drawn weapons. Are you guys?
Weapons out.
I'm going to go see Jasper. See, Jasper, how much AC do you have?
How much AC? What?
Yeah.
I've got a chain shirt and shield. I'm pretty well armored.
That's 18?
17 actually.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Seal of Faith on you.
Well, we're entering combat. You're not going to be able to do that outside of combat. At this point, this thing is alert. It is ready. If you make a move to cast a spell, it's going. You guys are essentially in combat at this point.
So we fight.
Ragnar, it sounds bad over there. Should we
I think maybe we should look over this rock. You walk down the steps. Can't see him anymore.
Oh man. I hear like two different voices, Finbar, Jasper. Should we do something now?
Pretty sure Satan was in there somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, I think, I mean, if it's allowed, I think we probably get a little bit closer so we can just see over the corner, maybe. If that's allowed.
So, at this point, he's standing there. Again, any moves to attack are going to trigger rolling initiative. I'll give you guys 10 feet of movement within that window of space there, however you want to use that.
Well, that gives us a second too to scout out and look into the trees to try to identify any, so we're not surprised by them, any creatures coming down from the trees.
All right, give me a perception check. And while you guys bring that up, just to clarify for anybody who doesn't know, because because surprise changed or was kind of clarified in this edition, so there's no longer a quote-unquote surprise round. If you are surprised, it would just mean that you have disadvantage on your initiative. So you can get surprised and still technically, if you're lucky, end up in the top there. So just so you guys are aware if that ever comes up. All right, so
Oh man, it is bad, Ragnar.
I would also like to try and look at the trees. If you'd allow that.
Yes, he
yeah,
did say
so
that there's his friends were in the trees. So
we got
There was rustling.
He moved
I just
away
don't know
from
where.
us.
perception. So Jasper, you're seeing movement in the trees, not anything specific. Some of it is hard to tell if it's just natural wind hitting the branches and leaves and all that. Is anybody else giving me a look up?
I wanted to look up.
All right, go ahead. Give me that perception.
Perception check, you said?
Yep.
One question. Where did you say
17.
Presa was? Like engulfing the mines?
Off where the two large trees, kind of the what looks like they were kind of naturally grown huts at one point. The vines and everything have them wrapped up in there. And after I had shown them, it kind of pulled them back in and, you know, bound them back up inside of there, where they're kind of nuzzled in, according to her, safe. All right, but when everybody is ready, you can go ahead and go ahead.
One quick, so you said 10 feet of movement. Is it possible for me to move up and then try to get on top of this rock? Because I was right about here, this square right here.
It's about 7 or 8 feet, so you can start climbing up there, and it's just going to take about, you know, another 5 feet of movement to get the rest of the way when things actually kick off. So you can kind of get yourself moving up there if you want to. You're kind of just able to peek over the top of it, but not quite fully positioned yet.
I got a 17 for my
17. So when you glance up, you can see that there are a number of these Mongol creatures off in the trees there. You spot 2 of them as you're peeking out, just up in the up there in the branches. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and get my rolls coming here.
Oh, Ragnar changed my mind. Look this way.
I'm going to sprint into the guy, the shapeshifter. Like 19 feet, it's going to be straight. Here.
All right, so take a second to start walking towards it. All right, and
My dagger's wrong.
Could I throw up like a hand sign to Ragnar behind me, like I point up and then hold up 2 fingers to signify that I spotted 2 up above?
yeah. So you're taking a second and kind of pointing up.
Yeah, just like quickly.
And I will definitely look at that direction to see if I see him as well.
All right, yeah. When he points to them, again, they're kind of hidden in the shadow a bit there, but you can see the silhouette of these things up top there, kind of off in the branches. 1 second.
They're in the bushes.
Snatching the people's
They're in the walls.
All right, and with that,
We're in the walls.
that's everybody roll initiative.
Please don't fail me now.
I got failed.
I got a 19.
Nice.
I really, you're rolling really well today.
I don't, that doesn't bode well, because that means later when the rolls are going to matter a little more, I'm going to fail them all. I'm not liking that.
Wow, net 20. Nice job, Torn.
Thank you. I went from a 1 to a 20.
The 2 extremes, no
So-
in between.
Torn got a 20. All right,
26 total.
lay them over there. 26 total. Okay, 26, cool. And then, all right, what did you get?
I got 19.
19. And Finvar,
I got a 12.
12. All right, Jasper,
18.
18.
Finbar, you want to switch this time?
As you want, I mean...
To get the jump on him?
nice. Yeah, I want to jump on him.
Okay. I'll
Alright.
switch my initiative with Finbar with the over
So
feet.
Finvar is taking 26 and Torn is taking 12. All right, and then Ragnar,
10.
10. All right.
Oh, roll. Stop it.
All right.
I think seeing the ones in the trees kind of had me pause for just a little too long.
You got a flame in the eye.
All right, so with that, it's gonna give It's gonna give Finvar a chance to open up with a starting attack here.
Okay, so I'm going to bounce at him, attacking with my 2 daggers.
Okay.
I'm not going to use anything, so 2 hits. I'm ready. For a second, I can roll. I don't know why. Okay, so first one 16 and second one 21.
All right.
Is it land?
Those are gonna hit.
Both?
Both.
Okay, so I'm going to unleash all my fury and I'm going to cast Divine Smite as well with my bonus action. So the damage of the daggers is 12 and I'm going to hit him with my Divine Smite, which is 7 more of radiant damage. So in total 19 damage.
19. Got it.
I'm pissed right now.
All right, so you run in there and move quickly, slashing at this guy across and slice him up. And he steps back. You can see for half a second, one half of the face seems to kind of open up and take on that sad gesture to it, almost like he's had a recent stroke. The way one side hangs down, the other one still turned up in that hideous smile there. With that, steps back and stumbles about and looks up, and both sides are smiling now as from its sides the arms spread, the mouth elongates, hair quickly covers the body there as it rises up, going from this guy standing maybe a couple inches beneath you to at this point standing a good 1.5 feet or so over you with this hulking wolf beast. Let me give y'all a little something to go off of there. Where the hell is the... Oh, there we go.
Hey, we defeated him.
Nice, 1 shot.
Yeah. It's not radiant damage, right?
Divine Smite.
Damn, wrong one. Hold on. Yeah, the damn thing went in the wrong spot.
He's running.
He's trying to get out of
He's
here.
trying to get out of here.
Catch him.
What's happening?
He's afraid.
Scared him too good.
There we go.
Oh shit.
All right.
Nice doggy.
And with that, it is going to bring us to his turn.
Uh-oh.
That was fast.
But
Yeah.
we're going to take a quick break right there, and then we'll get back into it.
Okay.
Give everybody a moment to breathe.
Okay, Finbar, time to say your last rites.
I have to get lucky, I mean.
All right, everybody.
Plan.
So we're gonna run another quick ad here again. Don't forget, ads are garbage. We make nothing off of them. This is just so that way if you're not subscribed here, you don't have to be, because you're not gonna get ads anyways, because we run them at a certain point or when we remember. So we'll be right back. We'll get back into it, and we will find out whether or not these players just bit off more than they can chew. So BRB, everybody. All right, so
Doggy.
good boy. It's all right. It's all right. Calm down.
Alright, don't bite.
It's a good puppy. All right, and with that, that is gonna bring us. Actually, what am I doing? Because our wolf friend here has a turn. So with that,
I think you did his turn already. No.
we had a nice metamorphosis there. But with that, as you're the one running in there, and out front and center, Finvar, this thing looks down at you. It brings back that heavy claw. When he raises it up, it's almost looks like a tree branch itself, and swings down once with it's going to be a 22 to hit.
I'm going to try to get lucky, so I'm going to use one of my lucky points to give you disadvantage. Try to
All right.
not hit me. So.
And that second roll is going to come in with a 24. You rolled a
24.
17 and a 19, so we came in pretty high on those.
In the test, I mean, I eat it all with potatoes and everything.
It was worth it. It was worth a shot.
And you're going to take 11 slashing damage
Okay.
before it goes for a second swing. That one comes in with a 14. Does a 14 hit?
I'm going to use the other lucky point, so disadvantage, because it hits.
Which comes in with a 9, so it's actually going to miss that shot then.
Man, I wish I had a quick knife.
And with that, seeing the damage it did, it has an almost coming from this thing's mouth, its maw, an eerie kind of chuckle escapes its throat. And with that, we're gonna bring it over to Ira.
Okay. Yeah, I keep measuring this and forgetting the number. Okay. I am going to start off my turn with casting Starry Wisp on the creature. And let's roll for that. I am assuming a 10 does not hit.
A 10 does not hit.
Okay, in that case, I still have my full movement. That 10 that you gave us before we rolled initiative does not come out of my
Yeah,
turn
I didn't
movement,
deduct that
correct?
from your guys' round movement.
You're gracious.
I'll try. Should have
I
taken the
am
deal.
I am going to move right beside Finvar there, and using my bonus action, I am going to wild shape into a boar.
Boar. Alright. I don't have any boar tokens, so just going to
All DMs nightmares, wild shapes, and summons.
Yo.
Sorry.
No worries. So I'm just gonna put a little marker on there indicating you have wild shaped. Anything else?
Okay. And I've already used my action, so that's all I can do.
Alright. That'll bring
And
us
that'll be it for my turn.
over to Jasper.
All right. So I'm going to charge on up into a flanking position.
Alright.
And as I'm passing Finvar there, I'm going to use my bonus action. And I've been studying this for weeks, and I just feel like I'm on the cusp of being able to do it, so I'm going to cast Jump. It's a bonus action spell. And slap Finvar's shoulder on the way and give him the ability to trade 10 feet of movement for a 30-foot jump every round. And that
Nice.
is my bonus. Just in case, and I'm like, oh, the gods, it worked! And with my my action, I'm actually going to think Finvar may need to jump away and get out of the slashing range of this creature next round. So I'm going to actually sheath my war pick, and my right hand, my non-shield hand, is suddenly enveloped in lightning, and I'm going to try to shocking grasp the creature.
Oh, nice. Let me go ahead and get that attack roll.
That would be 16.
16 hits.
Excellent. So he takes 1d8 damage, and he loses his opportunity attack until the start of his next turn. So
Nice.
anyone that goes between now and his next turn can move away without being opportunity attacked. Let's see. Now only 3 points of damage.
All right, and
My gosh, that worked too! We're getting the hang of this.
all right,
That is my end. That is my turn.
all right, and that'll bring us over to Torin.
I'm gonna get up on that rock since I was already starting to climb up on it. Do I have an extra 5 feet after that? After climbing up that?
So finishing off again, you only had another 5 feet to get up there. Climbing takes double movement, so you have another 20 feet of movement.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna move up here. Let's see. I'm gonna take a shot at the dog.
All right, and go for it.
Uh, 23 to hit.
23 will hit,
That's
and
9 points of piercing damage.
9 points. So with that, they're all gathered around it, kind of having their scuffle there. You climb up, spotting this again. This is the first time you're actually laying clear eyes on this monstrous beast there, and launching a bolt right over that twist and grabs it right in the side of the neck there, dealing your 9 damage. Anything else?
I'm gonna action surge
All right,
and take another shot.
go for it.
It is a 18
18 hits.
for 9 more points of piercing damage.
Nice.
Damn.
And then I'm just gonna scoot over one, just get in the center of this rock for my last bit of movement, and that'll end my turn.
All right. Which is gonna bring us over to Ragnar.
Okay. The two creatures that Ira pointed out for me. Whereabouts above were they?
So you
Is there any
have
branches of-
spotted them off here towards these branches. When you look up there, you can see, haven't already spotted them, you can see where they're kind of hunkered down. Anybody who hasn't spotted them yet, though, you aren't fully aware. You're aware there's something up there, but not fully aware of the positioning.
Okay, I just wanted to see if I. Okay, cool. Then. Oh. Okay, I didn't realize I could do that. Okay, then I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna move my full 30 to here. And then I'm going to cast my green, first I'm going to, after I move, cast with my bonus action Hex onto the main one.
All right.
So he's the other one I do.
Yeah, so he is hexed.
He is Hex. And then, apologies on the last session. When I do get hit, I'm supposed to make Constitution saving, or Concentration saving throws.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because I wasn't doing that, so I will try my best to remember. And then, yeah, I was reminding you.
Yep. No worries.
So I cast that, and then I'm going to now Green Flame Blade with my Scimitar.
All right.
Damn, does a 13 hit?
A 13 does not hit.
Damn, okay. Wait, good. Yeah. And the ability I gave the disadvantage is going to be Dexterity. Or
Alright.
but that's just on ability rolls.
All right, for sure.
I believe it's actually going to end my turn. Yeah.
Alright. And with that, this creature's gonna revealing themselves in the treetops off behind there.
No, go away.
No.
Go away.
Two beasts revealing themselves. First one is gonna leap its way to the ground there and close in on you. Keep in mind, they do have it's technically a climb speed here, so it leaps down, it rushes its way up the rock there, going in, making that swing there for Torin with a claw. And coming in with a 17.
Yeah, that hits.
Hits, alright. So it swings it in there, kind of coming up, jumping in from your side there, but it swings the claw. You able to move out of the way just enough for it not to scratch too deep, kind of just buckles across your armor there, and you take 3 slashing damage. The other one is going to leap down as well, and then dash. What spots is that? Start moving its way up, not quite closing the gap, pushing in to reinforce the other creature there. And with that, back to the top with Finvar.
Okay, so I'm going to use 10 feet movement to use jump.
All right.
Jump all the way above the rock. I can,
Yeah.
like near Torin. See, like the big one is distracted with Jasper and something like that, and I'm going to jump to help him. So the one that is near him, I'm going to attack him with my 2 daggers as I fall down to him.
All right. So leap across over there, land on the opposite side, and turn to swing your blades. Go for it.
Guys, there's more.
Shit. Shit.
Oh no!
Going there, the slash thing as you land over its head and you turn, kind of moving the swing
What?
into your spin there, and it ducks down.
One thing, I'm in the air, okay, I throw my daggers to him, so it misses, and I don't have daggers, they are in the ground, something like that. So I'm
Okay.
handed near to him, and I say to him, maybe now I need the sword.
Oh!
But I'm going to stand between him and the monster, like a wall of meat, and that's it.
Do you
I'm going
see him right here next to me? I might need it.
I love the commitment there. He said, "I'll just throw my weapons away." All right, for sure.
I tried to hit him, but I mean, I failed, so...
No worries. That's good. All right, and then hold on a second, because you had 2 daggers you attack with. Are you using one with an offhand strike?
I have 2 weapon fighting. I threw 2 daggers, like 2 range attacks, the same as melee attacks, but
Okay, so with that there, because when you're leaping over there and I don't think you have multi-attack yet, so you can't throw both daggers. You threw one, and kind of that one missed, hit the dirt there, and then you land in. You would still have your other attack that you can use as a offhand attack there, which
it's not like the nick property of the dagger. It's not also for the throw.
no, you wouldn't be able to throw. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to throw it. As far as I understand, let me double check that for you really quickly, but as far as I know, that would generally just apply to a melee thing. I could be wrong though, so let me...
I mean, here it doesn't say anything about melee, so because I did it. But yeah, if I don't have any weapons, I'm going to jump him, and that's it.
See, when you make an extra attack of the light property, you can make it Yeah, it's just doubling in there, so you still have your bonus
The
action.
same action, I threw the 2 daggers.
Yeah. You know what? You're entirely correct because it doesn't specify. It just says attack as part of the light action property. As far as I
And
know,
I have
that's
my bonus
still
action
yeah. So
to
you're good.
ask Thorin for the sword sword, but I know it's an action. I'm going to stand in their way, and that's it. I'm going to be as annoying as possible to protect my ranger, and that's it.
Or
I'm going to pass
is
through.
dodging these 2 daggers he missed with, and he's like looking at you.
Skill. That's what it is. Skill. All right. So that'll bring us back over to your guys' friendly, cuddly local furry.
The neighborhood dog.
Who, with that as one leaps away, and he kind of had lunged forward halfway as he tried to leap there, but couldn't quite react in time. And he turns about, turning to Ragnar. Next one kind of close right off to his side, who he'd already turned to before. Turns and swings a claw, which comes in with a 10, which I don't believe a 10 is gonna hit, right? Nope. All right, so swings that one around with the miss, and then draws back and lunges forward with his actual teeth there. Oh no. Coming in with a crit.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oof.
Right, give it to me.
I'm scared to give it to you. How much health do you have?
How much longer do they have to live?
13. So we're just gonna hope that this isn't gonna kill you outright. Sorry, Ragnar, stay with us. That is going to be. Let's see. So first off, the base from the crit is going to be an automatic 16 damage. It's going to do. Plus, from the dice itself, it's going to do an additional. What's that? Oof. Sorry, my brain is not doing numbers. It's another 6 damage, so it's going to do 22 points of damage. Of piercing damage there. So you are down. It's not going to kill you outright, thankfully.
Yeah, it's
So
not gonna kill me
yay.
Oh god.
it was 4 points away from.
Yeah, I know. And also, as you are still technically alive, I need a Constitution saving throw.
I believe because I go down, that's concentration.
That is.
I'm not like, yeah.
No, this isn't for your for your hex. This is for something else.
Oh no.
Well, Ragnar, we had a great conversation.
12. As you're laying there on just the absolute verge of death, your consciousness is floating in and out. You can feel something through the bite mark where it kind of locked into your shoulder there for a minute, working in, but after a moment though, you resist as best you can and feel it kind of fail to take hold. So now it's just the whole not dying thing you got to worry about. All right. And
I almost became one of these things.
that is going to bring us over to Ira.
Okay, so I wild shape to the 4, so I am going to attempt to.
Oh, my bad. For the record, this thing is bloody.
Oh, it is bloody?
It is bloody.
Damn it! I needed to be bloodied for that portion. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna attack with Gore, which is a +3 to hit. Which I don't have a thing for D&D Beyond. With a D20, so an 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
18 will hit, okay, and the damage I deal is 1d6 plus 1. 1d6 plus 1. We're gonna get a max damage of 7.
7. All right.
If the target is medium or smaller creature... Oh wait, no, that's if I move. Never mind. I'm reading the page here.
Alright.
So for 7 damage.
Nice.
The piercing damage. if that matters.
Pearson. Alright, for sure. And Jasper.
Right.
You're muted.
That's me.
You're muted.
You made it.
Thanks. Yeah, so I need to take this guy down if possible, but I need to do non-lethal damage. So I'm going to pull out my war pick and try to do a non-lethal strike on this creature. But first, I'm going to cast True Strike, cantrip, so I can use my intelligence instead of my strength. So roll my d20 here. But I'm going to use one of my luck points so I can get disadvantage on the strike to hopefully hit.
Thank God they fixed True Strike.
Yes. Didn't matter. I only rolled a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Oh, excellent.
Oh,
So with my weapon mastery on the war pick, it's sap. So he has disadvantage on his next attack.
Nice.
Let me roll damage here.
Too bad you didn't get that one last time. Oh, there, Ragnar.
Yep. So that's 2 plus 4, so that's 6 damage.
6 damage. All right. Bringing the pick in there as he's turned off to your companion, kind of, halfway spun on you. You bring it down just as he's letting go and catch him just under the arm there in the ribs. You see a nice, nasty blood flow coming out that way. You said 6 damage, right?
6 damage.
6. All right. He is bleeding profusely,
Non-lethal,
but he is up.
okay.
All right.
That's my turn.
And
Thanks.
next we got Torin.
Question.
So-
Does it take a bonus action to hand Finbar my sword?
I would let you do it as a bonus action if it's kind of a quick thing. Yeah, it's a free action now and everything to switch weapons and stuff. But as far as like handing it off, because you're kind of sharing an action with him, because he also has to interact with it. But I'm not gonna take his reaction to do so. That's how I'm kind of gonna balance that.
And I don't have 2-weapon fighting, but I do have a Vex and a Nick weapon. So I can still swing with the offhand, but I don't get my proficiency with it, correct?
Exactly. You can still use it. You just don't add the mod to the roll there.
Okay. So I will I'll swing first with the short sword. With a 12.
That is not gonna hit.
Okay. Well, I will then I'll swing with the scimitar with the offhand swing. That is a 25
That will hit.
for. But I don't get the proficiency added to the damage, so it should just be.
Yeah, just a straight roll.
So it should be 6 damage. And I guess minus 6, so technically it's a 19 to hit. Is that correct? I'm still trying to understand.
Yeah. That's fine. So the 19. So,
And then 6
Alright,
slashing
I'll double
damage
check
because
that
it's
later.
minus 4.
yeah, either way it hits. That's not even matter. So 6 damage. So you
And then
take a swipe
bonus
at this
action,
guy
I'm
right
gonna
here.
hold both weapons to Finbar, the scimitar and the short sword.
All right. So kind of give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh, finally,
oh.
please. 20.
20. All right. So you reach in, swiftly grab both handles, kind of move them out, give him a quick little toss there, which as his hands are free, he barely has to move and catches them there. Good toss. And anything else?
My turn.
All right. So Ragnar, how you doing there?
About to find out. Okay, I hit roll, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's.
Just a natural 20.
Yep.
That will be fine.
All right. There we go.
Nice.
There you go. Nice.
Hanging in there.
Hanging in there. Bleeding a lot. Bleeding a lot. Alright, and that'll bring us back over to our Mongol friends, who here, locked in, still with Torin. Gonna take that swing there. And that is gonna come in with a 16. Does a 16 hit, Torin?
That just hits.
Just hits. Alright. And that's gonna do 5 piercing damage from the bite there. And then the other one is gonna push the rest of the way up here and move in on Ira. Take a swing. That one is gonna come in with a 22, which I'm pretty sure hits.
I'm not sure. Let me see. Yeah, it hits.
It does, it does it. Alright, and... Ooh, that was a high roll. You're gonna take 7 piercing damage.
7 piercing, so I take away my temp first, and then I start taking from my actual. Right?
Correct.
Okay. That's that. Okay.
Alright, and that's them, and back to the top there with Finbar.
Okay, so I'm going to grab the scimitar and the short sword, and I'm going to launch at the one that's attacking Torin. And correct me if I'm wrong, but if I attack with the short sword first, I activate Vex, the weapon mastery first. I have to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
You're also gonna need to sidestep somewhere here to get a line of fire. Right now, you're kind of.
I'm going to jump above him. Like I'm going to fall from the sky with the scimitar and the short sword. So
And where are you looking to land?
He's gonna throw those two and try to hit me with them.
I'm going to land above him, like with my 2 weapons. Like
Okay, you can't occupy his space. So anything around him, you can jump towards.
Could I attack him in the air? Like I'm going to jump below the rock, and in that movement I'm going to attack him and fall down.
Yeah, it's gonna function the same way. It's essentially flavor there, so no problem with that. You're jumping over and taking your swing as you're going by. So
to fall from the rock, and I'm going to shoot.
It's a 1d6 damage for each of them.
Another one. And
16
the second
hits.
one hits. Yeah, 16 hits.
all right, damage.
Okay, so it's D6.
If you don't see it there, if you look in the bottom left corner on D&D Beyond, there's a little D20 there. Click on that, and then just hit the
Okay.
D6 right there.
Okay.
A 4, all right.
Plus 3, because my dexterity, so 7 damage. Slash.
Another 7 on that one.
I'm going to launch the scimitar far away from me, and
No, wait.
it's going to in his back as I fall down to the road.
All right, so you slash and take on that one. Now, so on the edge there, you're kind of leaping over the rock. It's the section that you're landing in is kind of half stone. There's just a little ledge there of space for you. So it really kind of took everything. So let me get a acrobatics check from you as well. 21. So as you leap over and slash this thing, you land your toes, really just your toes are hitting off the ledge there. You kind of lean back, pulling your blades forward a little bit to balance yourself before you catch it, kind of stand at the edge. The creature,
The other one is far away from me.
Well,
That was 25 gold.
you shift yourself forward. You throw that momentum there a little bit and shift yourself back forward, kind of a little wobbly at first before you catch it as the creature itself falls to the ground and wastes away like the others. And then, with that,
And then
go ahead.
I'm going to use 10 feet of my movement to jump to the other creature. Again, I'm going to put my body like a wall of flesh in front of Ragnar to prevent him from ultimately dying.
So I'm gonna check the spell later in the interest of not slowing things down and such. I don't know if you can use the jump. Yeah, you can only use that once per turn.
One time. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to stand in the edge of the rock and that's it.
All right. Cool. All right, and that'll bring us over to Wolfie here. Everyone's favorite stuffed plush animal. Who's going to look about you all. They're kind of turning. Here's the whimper of the mongrel that just died up on the hill there. And let me see. It's gonna turn to Jasper.
It's good. He'll have disadvantage to attack anyway.
That he does.
Because of the sap.
So he's going for the first swing there with the claws. Nat 1. And to clarify, does it affect his full next round or just the next attack?
I have it up here. Hit a creature with this weapon. Creature has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Next
before the
attack
start
roll.
Of your next turn. So just
All
the
right,
first.
just the first one. So the next one is going to go in with the teeth, which is going to come in with a 22.
Yeah, that's higher than my 17.
And then let's roll first off damage on that, which it is going to deal a total of 14 piercing damage.
Luckily, I'm a beefy wizard and I have that false life that goes every day, so that eats up my 10 temporary hit points. And it gives me 4 points of damage.
All right, and then let me get a Constitution save.
Oh,
You are at what HP?
no, I'm actually pretty good. You said Constitution saving throw?
Constitution save.
That would be a 13.
13. You feel a burning sensation in that bite there, but it quickly fades out. It kind of almost clouds your brain for half a second before it moves along. And with that, he kind of looks about, still locked in there. So he's gonna stay where he is. Ira, you're up.
Okay. I am going to take this chance to once again attempt to gore him. 20 for a 21 to hit.
It misses. I'm just playing high hits.
Yay!
he goes in corporal out of nowhere.
Shield.
Incorporeal.
And it's a 1d6 damage, which we're gonna get a 5 for.
5. All right.
Nice. 5 piercing damage. And I will end my turn there because I'm afraid to move away.
5 damage. At this point, he is bleeding badly from a number of places there, and you can see it kind of breathing heavily. There's a certain kind of green wisp in its eyes that at first might have been a bit stronger. Now it's almost looking fading, almost like it's got a flicker to it, but the thing is still standing. And that'll bring us to Jasper.
Right. Once again, true strike with the war pick, trying to do some non-lethal damage. I am going to use my second luck point to give myself advantage to this. Very good. So, sorry, that doubled up there. I rolled 18 plus 6, so that's 24 to hit.
I'm pretty sure that hits.
Excellent.
I have a feeling.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
And that would be 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage.
And that would be my turn.
With that hit there is a heavy one. It manages to put it halfway down to one of its knees when the impact comes in, but quickly slides back up as best it can. It's certainly hunched down in a much heavier kind of way too. You can see it's having trouble holding its own body up at this point, but it is still active. Torin.
I'm gonna take a shot at the big man himself. That is beautiful. Natural one.
So you
Still staring at my
fire.
scimitar.
It ducks over him. You hit Ragnar on the ground. Just playing.
My scimitar is somewhere in the bushes. Over there.
All he's thinking is that was 25 fucking gold.
Lands right next to me. What, you trying to make the hog roast now too?
All right.
I'll just stay there and end my turn. Actually, I'll use wait a second. Is it a bonus action, the second wind?
It is.
I think they can win the bonus action.
Yeah, I'm gonna use second wind and just get some hit points back. My last one.
All right. Nice. While he heals up.
Oh, there we go. There's 10.
Nice.
Beautiful.
And Ragnar. See what you got.
Going.
Show me what you've got. I want to see what you've got. Nice.
So close.
I know, right? Like right there on the line each time.
Oh my god. Your first one was an 11, your second one's an 11.
You like rolling 11s because then you go on 11s for all your stats too.
Hey, maybe that sound like somebody has a new lucky number. I'm just saying.
Clearly. Oh man.
And then over here we still have one little mongrel who's gonna go over and he's gonna continue swiping
I don't think I'd like that.
for Ira. But a 10 is not gonna get it.
10? No, it's not.
It is going to, taking that swipe, attempt to break off there. And move around the side to kind of reinforce the wolf there.
Opportunity on that.
You sure do, as long as you call for it.
I would like to take an attack of opportunity on that.
Go for it.
So, yes, I'm gonna attempt to score it with a 6 to hit. I'm guessing that misses.
Well, you opportunity knocked, but you weren't home.
Fair enough.
All right, so he's locked in over there. That is going to bring us back to the top with Finvar. He's got to find another weapon first.
Sorry, don't worry. I'll find your scimitar.
I don't have any more. I don't
I'll
have
find
any
it.
more.
Don't worry. I still have the sword, so don't worry. It's okay.
You can't have this bow. This one's mine.
This one's mine.
I don't need it. I'm going to jump up the wolfie, the big one. I'm going to jump on him.
All right.
Sword. Up here. I'm going to make an attack. So
Go for it.
I only have one, so one attack and that's it.
And the short sword goes flying too.
No, it's at 7. I thought this was another one.
And
I
that
don't know
does not hit.
12 that hit, so I'm going to stand there, try
Alright.
to make him attack me instead of the others. That's it.
And with that, he does in fact, at that moment, when you jump in, swinging down, and it steps out of the way there. It's half a step, half a kind of stumble as it's still very weak in it, but it turns, throwing all its strength it can into bringing those teeth down on you. But with a 9, it's not gonna hit. Look, all of a fucking sudden, this one's over. Bad die. You go there. New die.
Strife with D20s.
Right into dice prison.
Yeah, right. The dice. I need to get one, and then he's gonna follow up and try to bring some claws at you. And with a 7, are you serious? Not that I want to hurt you, but damn, I want to hurt you. All right, so.
I don't want to keep my dice, but I got
He didn't say it. I dodged it, so.
Oh. So I'm only gonna do it for one. I missed the first one. Results are in. I'm not gonna go back on it, but given that, oh, you're lucky. Ooh, you're very lucky. Since you're not packed in with the other one like the others are. Otherwise, he would get advantage on that, but he doesn't. You're just in the right spot. Good for you. Good for you. Ira, you're up.
I got lucky.
You were lucky. You were lucky. I thought you were gonna jump behind him. If you did, it would have been. You might have been in trouble. But you picked a good spot.
So, if Thunderwave says it's a 15-foot cube, so would that originate from like here, or would that be originating from me pushing outward?
I look at it like it originates from.
Like this, the line right here on the border of these boxes?
So it's pushing forward. So think about it like you're at the center of one of the walls of the cube, and it's gonna push outward from there. You can, lean your hands one way or the other and kind of control that, but it's basically starting from the edge of your cube. So for you, it's gonna start from, if you're just like swinging directly at it, it's gonna start like right in that center there. Which means it's gonna hit everybody.
No, okay. So if I was facing to the right, it would hit these 3 cubes then and push the 3 cubes out?
That'd be fair, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my bonus action to shift out of wild shape. And I am going to cast Thunder Wave on these 3 cubes to push this way. So would that also catch this guy in that? Because it's a 15-foot cube.
Catch which guy?
This one here.
Yeah, it's gonna get
That is a
basically
15-foot cube.
all the squares around this one right here are gonna be affected from where you're doing it from.
And I am going to cast that.
All right. And what is your spell save DC?
Is a Constitution 12 save.
Constitution 12 save. All right. Let's see. So first off, starting off with the mongrel in the back. With a 7, it is going to fail that, and then
It's going to get pushed back, I think, 10 feet. Yes.
And then with that, with a 4, or excuse me, with a 3, the werewolf is also going to fail that. So they're both getting pushed back 10 feet. And what's the damage? And 10 damage?
10 thunder damage.
You want to describe that attack?
I'm going to morph back out from my boar form. I'm going to clap my hands together, rub them really fast, and kind of just throw it forward. Kind of like a Kamehameha.
All right. So with that, in almost one smooth motion, as you shift back into yourself, your hands taking on the normal form as you're spreading out the beastly form and bringing it back in human form or elf form and smacking the hands together. That reverberation goes out, smashing against the two of them. The wolf hits the mongrel and they both go sprawling out on the ground, skipping across the stones as they do. For it lands spread it out on the ground there. Growling, the creature, the mongrel, quickly withers away. You hear a number of howls start raining out from every direction there, coming from inside of the trees themselves, as a couple of ones you all hadn't seen prior come stumbling their way out of said trees and falling to the ground there. Their forms shifting back and forth in very strange ways before eventually they shrivel up and die on the ground as well. The wolf, on its back, head leaned up against a tree, looks hatefully at your group there, snarling, blood on one side dripping from its mouth, drool from the other side, as it starts to return to its form. As it does, a certain odd kind of green mist makes its way out of its mouth, kind of floats back up into the trees as it returns to its original form. The form of the lumberjack there. Let me get him back on the board.
Oh,
Is he okay?
He is badly hurt. He is all the wounds that you all inflicted on him. He shares them as well. But something in his eyes is a little different. No longer just absolutely full of sadness. There's a certain, as much as he can muster, twinge of a smile on the end of his cheeks there, and you did it. Thank you. He starts crying again. Joyful tears. You guys can hear trees, the vines inside of them moving, kind of going from their stiff and very purposeful positions to falling loose as vines should. Letting down softly, you can hear the footsteps of the wife and daughter. The wife crossing the stream, the daughter running from the tree off to the side there. They look at you all and spot the dad over there and go running beside him, kneeling down, the wife wiping his face, him still crying but smiling, looking at them all. Little girl crying as well. Daddy, are you okay, Daddy? Shaking him a little bit. Daddy's okay. Everything, it's all gonna be okay, baby. You gotta do something and just look after your mom. She's gonna need you. He looks at her. She's crying now, but he's smiling, tears still rolling down his face nonetheless. He looks over at you all again, specifically over at you, Finvar. Well, can't say this is what I hoped for, but you all did great. Thank you so much. And with that, his eyes stopped blinking. In a moment, seemed to just stop everything as the life just flows out of them. And that is where we're gonna end things tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, that was now.
as long as we stabilize Robbie.
I cannot stand the dying on Ragnar.
Where's my sword?
You guys rush over to fix him up.
I'm kind of traumatized, you know. I mean, we killed the parent of his child in front of his eyes. So, I mean, don't worry. I'm going to look it. So don't worry. I'll find it.
Can I pocket one of his daggers?
No, man. That was no.
Masterful Risen, thank you.
Appreciate it. So with that, you all are going to get, for the combat itself, gonna take 200 XP. And then while there is some wrapping up to do in order to get your financial rewards, you're also gonna get another 200 XP for completing the quest itself.
We're 3,000 away for level 3. No?
200.
200?
200 away. Level 3.
Nice.
Oh man.
All right, well, that's it for tonight, y'all. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Let me switch over our cameras here. All right. Yeah, I hope everybody had a good time. I enjoyed that. That was a good session for me, so I like that a lot. All right, and yeah, I don't really know what else to say from there. That's not gonna just bring down the moment. I'm gonna go have myself a nice cry. Everybody have a good night. Hey, don't forget, anybody who checked us out here, follow. You know, if you want to subscribe, you got that Amazon Prime. Hey, what are you doing with it? Here we go. We're here every Monday night from 4 to 7, and sometimes a little after 7 on Mondays. That's Pacific time, so just so you know. And yeah, hopefully we'll catch you here next week. Peace.